This is Rock 102.3 FM. We are live on Facebook. Nawa Opoku Jamfi Facebook. Nana Asabre Facebook. Koko Frimpong Boateng, also known as Gabi Frimpong Boateng's Facebook. Mo share live. Program ya to do say point of order. Sabre abodu mi no e United States ya pepe Eastern time to be precise. O Ghana 5:00 p.m. It's my pleasure to invite you to watch us and listen to us live on Rock 102.3 FM in the city of Fusa in Massachusetts State, the United States of America. Yeah, the point of order and every war. Issues now, instant justice in the nowadays civilized world. A lady stripped naked in Kumasi KJTR, allegedly stealing $250. CID and Kofi Adams cash seizure. People are saying the CID should apologize to Kofi Adams. We are asking, is it in the right thing that they must do? They say no, they were doing their investigations. Free senior Hs and similar conflicting sources of funding from government. The bribery allegation and the investigation in Parliament. More witnesses to be invited, says the chairman of the ad hoc committee in the person of Honorable Joe Gatti. The National Democratic Congress has begun its findings or investigations to why they lost such a historic election. Why that kind of defeat visited them. These are many other interesting issues that have come up. Will be subjects of discussion for this particular morning on the show Point of Order. Gabi Frimpong is the personality behind the consoles, and I have right before me Nana Asabre Obrimpong. At this juncture, let me take the opportunity to welcome Nana Asabre. Nana, me mawakwaba me mawache susanka ho. Say oh, me mawaha. You try an opponent come and
Gabi ni nyina ya. California for that so one of it for the sake of all our listeners.
Okay, yeah. We are within all these time zones.
Yeah.
Now on point Zania.
Yamiadum and Yabishia even though belated, but Yaba.
Yaba no say the Yaba.
Don't say Ghana, no Yanya Bay, Yanya Hine Bay. Say belated or say Yabe.
And it's even better to be late than never at all. Maybe I can't. As humans as we are, there are certain things like that. Nana, may were interesting topics here. Was it Tuesday no or so? Now, may would be the video be me. Now, me that me find say usually social media near my cookers be cry people manufacturing their own stuff. Was photoshopping in near my baby. And it was very stunning. Say. Very nice lady, I should say, Minka woman, because she's like very young,
light-skinned lady.
No more by all standards. Now, in fact, the video on that now stripping naked, people were manhandling her, groping her, touching. I mean, baby, I mean, you can imagine. Now, me I couldn't even watch it. I said, no. I mean, this is something I wouldn't even want to associate myself even watching. I mean, idea this modern day. Now, you be free. And then I background. I couldn't get the audio very well. To me, those Southern or Eastern African countries or West Central African countries because me language similarity as to which one I'm very familiar with. And 3 days or so later, I better just say when you come as a kajitia. And I say, unfortunately, whether true or not, we don't even know. Allegation, allegedly, Rakuya Sika, which is about $250. $250. I am say, oh, the Omunuko in Ghana cedis was about 1,100 Ghana cedis. And I will know subjecting with that inhumane treatment. Now, interestingly, I was like, how were they feeling? How do you see this? Is it this civilized world? We practice democracy, rule of law. We talk about somebody is supposed to be innocent until proven by a competent court of jurisdiction. Yeah, we take the person through, and there is a process you need hand over to the police and all that. Now, Kumasi is not just like another village people just say so because you need the police station one and say because police for we don't get access to them because nowadays you and me know say there are certain communities police post some miles away.
Yeah.
And there's no justification say can not police phone was say a chief confrontation call him fee. You don't call chief for yeah someone no yeah bisan why that person did and I mean through the judicial
process. Yeah.
Now this how do you see this?
Gabi me that's pa message phobia. Gabi me who video no sorry okay me nam nim say Kenya na because say Kenya na yeah na only known for mob justice the whole world only number one. And said na can no more kasa na shed anya audible enough entino na me yeah so I dey we and I heard the way again in skin color crana usually na I mean intense you Ghana so I bet
not in the skin color
East Africans and I no more that kind of skin color.
Oh now which is
yeah
and as I visit the skin color to what you say she doesn't deserve that.
Oh no I mean nobody deserves that.
Okay
but Gabi many are Jamiran Swaho at the same time me have video no. Number one, my mini can the Crontia Maniach. What's a Gabi? Young Chia crowd just as recently as about 20 years ago. Do you think said this would have been news? Probably not. Because at that time, you too so be crum for the China. We crowd will be a Kasanka, Nitrai.
I was very young, but whereas mid-80s baby and then kind of PNDC time because we call some people the CD house PDC and those names those funny names when you come go the item no maybe on the aswa they parade you in the principal street now we no air show the crips ne don't know me ade ne do bro. It was like said okay normal at that time
and people did accept it.
Yes,
at that time now as a Huni said that is the way to go.
But that time maybe a military regime things were just
but that is right.
Do before you complain kind of bro those but this is we are practicing democracy.
Gabi
we are in the 21st century.
As far back as 96, 98, 2001, 2002 Krana near practicing democracy. These acts were being perpetuated. Don't forget in 2009 at the pinnacle of Ghana's education. I'm talking about University of Ghana. Yeah, that Emina case, no. It was on a similar.
Yeah. Alright. So as a computer was a
school for near
phone or something.
Biomes a phone. So, but at that time, even students of the university thought say that was the right way to go.
Yeah.
But Gabi, my monitor story in the it's like every single Ghanaian has come out to condemn this act. That should tell you that Ghanaians are waking up to that social development now. The Biana maker. Esi Anmakai say opo interview MPP Deputy General Secretary Friend Abronye lawyer Obribwahe. Who said that we need cultural anthropologists?
Yeah, no sir. We cry another organization. We want to the media one alliance in media communicators. Ekra petition Miss Tiko,
yes,
to kind of do something about it, to kind of investigations and bring those people to book.
Ghanaians are waking up to that social development. Obi Bonia, you have no right. You have no right to mete out a punishment to somebody who is alleged to have committed or perpetuated a crime. Because Gabi, many and do a life anymore. Ye pie crom for hey. My men so were you carefree in a bag. And at those days, Kofor police, it was around 2006 morning. Kofor police, yellow, no, and Obe Pierre, and Omo J Nipano. My me share in a bag when I say, Sikakra or Casa Nipanevian, Nenyampa. Nation in a bag, but Senen Yako for police in a P1, this person would have been dead.
Nothing here, innocent soul.
So, and the idea your culture no near embraces idea, but the fact that Ghanaians are waking up, I think it's a good say they are can say people in authority, no. But video, Nyamiadum, Adewe video.
Yeah.
Uhe University of Ghana, yes, suspended some students.
Yeah, I think
a similar measure has to be meted out to all the recognizable faces in this video. So,
yeah.
Now I'm punishing Begabi. Ebetuma yesani ema wenyina pebusa ho se edie ne ma yenya adwin bi se obi bokro no okejetia obi bokro no wo circle obi bokro no wo kotokraba obi bokro no wo I was here channel born instantly because as we do not believe in our justice system.
Yeah.
So I'm not condoning what these people did. Oh, Daddy Fred, chase, idea ni kwansi so barbaric, it doesn't belong to this century. But moving forward, how do we curb such actions from reoccurring in future? I think our law enforcement agencies need to be proactive. Yet the Cronforba quarter, we want to see action. We want to see people punished.
But sir, Nana Zamburuso, you agree, sir, justice, the rules of justice grind slowly. Sometimes, because instance like this, for the people to even come forward, say, even the Nippon crown or the complainant crown, sometimes it becomes a problem for
as a man. Okay, I'm Makai Rock FM, me papa or Tafra 2-4. So he's been in the law enforcement of Ghana for 20 years. Or say any public team Cronfo near the Omaba police station.
Yes.
Near Busadi and Wakuria. Obi across you say Obi up, sir.
So how will the prosecution
idea of Korea away? Why are they no Korea? Why? How do we even believe, say, indeed, the Nipana de Abokrono? But Gabi, Nina and Comran, I think, say education, any idea here. May say, or church Mimuno, ama extra emergency baby so.
Yeah.
Because usually Ghana, Nipo be pie cron for crown. If you're pirate,
yeah,
and also a Jane Adiana, no,
said you young.
That's it. Now, be all called Tinifio, what make I only run see a pie cron for a while, the Ira de Biano. Because I know that's who will do the castle. That's how the party we are the other crowd by as police for how the laws of the land work, because that Gabi, as a Ghanaians, we are very ignorant and about our own laws. You know how are the course of justice it take and to say the course of justice it take slowly, like a slow but who follow due process. So me feel say
yeah, but me crown they are very stunning. Is who share this particular video here to some extent, say even say instant justice crowd be some more panel one the amount but to the extent of stripping a young lady like this,
spreading her like who
people taking video shows and photos and all that.
I feel say and said all kind correct observation. Oma no more any member.
And and can be crunch you subject a female or the opposite sex of you that later you may even be chasing a woman,
probably the same woman, you don't even know. And said they know see ban and name near
so barbaric.
So let's condemn this act.
But I feel say the minister, and this is the first challenge, you must also do something. Say yes, Accra police within the jurisdiction, no Kumasi Hono.
Yeah, those
whatever.
And we know Attorney General Betima take over.
Say they have the video. They should go through the
and
video.
all the recognizable faces.
Video, is on is a wash on social media. So good. They should be able to find this because we met my location. Definitely location as I didn't take place. There are some people identified that we met any information as to who are the people who were the principal architects. And to me say yes, I did not punish those people. Next time, no, if you are a check from, I know what be your idea. It's easy to buy a certain property. Maybe for all you know, be a $250 say no crap. So we are sad now. If you are nippon no crowd,
and especially in Ghana. $250 in Ghana is substantial. So, like very.
It is a crisis. So we are, but at the end of the day. If he say the kind of punishment does it commensurate to $250? I mean,
and you don't even
because someone there can even say, Jessica. Now at the end of the day, sir, humiliation and I say treatment. I'm doing. Assuming class the MCN, if you cry resort to her death, how do you bring her this back? And $250, you can get it. And that philanthropist be or even the generous person be a kind-hearted person be can even give it out to you. Now look at this.
And then don't forget, say ni pano crowd wait to me the ferry any wood or wait to me crack I say when
you psychology to be take her through the next stages of life because I a bit my hunting what in as much as I you being condone say we are Maya and be and there are videos might be shoplifting normally near my church or my ass and those things.
But you see how they handle
yes
omoje adeno. Then they look for evidence. No, I'm a police. That is how. And Gabi, I never say Ghana for what's here. And so we don't live in a vacuum or like on an island that Ghana and Kwana exist. This video, me share one particular streaming, over 108,000 views, and I can bet you said not all these viewers are Ghanaians.
Oh yeah.
So people from outside Ghana are watching. Yeah. How like what is the picture a painting actually people from outside?
Of course, and there can be saying the social media technology. That's it. So what they say Bishop, your friend Bishop, you be
yeah,
Bishop Obini.
Oh yeah, me who's
America?
Yeah,
and people were commenting. I take it international dimension. Your country here is idea with that. What is the kind of image give my country?
It's bad.
Another time we call ourselves civilized and democracy.
And yes,
and how do you want other people from other countries to look to us?
Comedian be Okroma. He was being sarcastic. Or say, I think we'll find the right candidate for the Chroma almost said in general no? Because of say with so Timmy two I mean or two sir wait me to know
okay cosmetic surgeon
the acquired so best suggested I'm Trump not Trump I elected as the Surgeon General for because we say me and I mean you are more than qualified. In Ghana for you say BBAC or Ghana bia the moment I share no social media and Ghana for
and it dents the image of the whole and when BB because sometimes country in Ghana we don't see the
local champion.
We don't see the knowledge of all this things.
I say what to a crass near so now if you want to cry about secondary school boarding house no what be to cry no
yeah that's a
but what crass
now if you cry now we privy to say once I know I can't is Ghana is this that you do.
Right, and already these kind of these Western media, they perpetuate falsehood. I'm using falsehood loosely about Africa and Ghana.
So there's that perception,
right?
Africa, we so in the dark ages, we are so the dark continent, and
that
perception to the extent say, oh yes.
I mean, how do you think Americans will view us if CNN decides to air this video? How do you? Don't forget the video on BBC. BBC. I watched it on BBC. And how do you think British people would describe us? And don't forget.
Barbaric, of course.
Barbaric.
I didn't understand.
Barbaric, and yes,
it's very so much on the subject. It doesn't work out well for until and get you to the bottom of this issue. All those principal architects might bring to book and they might punish them accordingly. Said that a better
deterrent.
I'm a which how what. I mean, Sebia like will be armed robber or boss and the
self-defense. They know
self-defense and natural law of self-defense and the number one law. Intend I'm not saying it's police because on your ready so big now it's there, but it should be says no BBC no there. That is why in Brand Krayesha we have categories of punishment for certain crimes. So, and you want to mean Kokase, a be any Panako, we are deal with to be cry, Yaranako for life and all that. We prescribe because you said you be a chronubini behavior. Every crowd will maybe at that time, nana. Every crowd come deno near my brain.
And yes, so many.
Yama be brave, chronomy be over. Yana was some psychological and reasons.
Let us not even try to justify stealing. But what I'm saying is that even if the person has
is barbaric, we are moving forward as a nation and stop all this barbaric.
And yes, sir, police for instance say, and I say we crowd meaning say police or say NCCO, education or any more. Yehu how a BBC ye be the a hand because the general public me until say me and my papa to for church me mu say would be co police station won't me power
should be a complainant now complainant
now was one person a step forward and at the end of we should be present.
That's the evidence. I mean
won't me power no keke go case
evidential material
and Ghana cry case bra court and bebe
court will be court on person
that God will be tell lawyer so NTC for Monteke
I hope they'll do something good about this for this barbaric behavior to stop. I mean, it's denting our image, and some of us outside, we are suffering all this trauma unnecessarily. We are called upon to answer certain questions you don't even have any answer. Well, Kofi Adams in a car 5 years say Sabronye DC the leading task force who say CID for one use or whatever. At the end of the day, we might releasing 5 vehicles now, man. 2 Land Cruisers, I think 3 pickups or whatever. Now the conclusion is any state assets they don't belong to the state. Any part of state cars now omo a suspect say yes I know. Now man for say as a result, the CID should apologize to the guy because one word that he has suffered some public humiliation and maybe his reputation has been soiled and all that, and he needs apology. You know what I'm saying? No. CID wasn't no. We were doing our investigation. Investigation is our core mandate as criminal investigation department.
Yeah.
And the suspected BBA, we have the mandate and we have the responsibility to go into it. And at the end of the day, you find out that this is the situation. Then that is it. So where lies the apology? Would you share with people? CID,
Gabi, my main put you on record. Right from the word go, no man, many acquire fast. So the Kofi Adams say the fast. We are quite a chrono ya will be a born at the journey. Because even if Abronya DC no onim bibia nanka also we use the appropriate channels. Untimense sa soldier 415 wielding AK-47.
Now me cry say Abronya DC no.
No cry what capacity
status by us I know cry na a commander military.
I mean 15 military personnel.
We retired military officer. So what was
what is his locus in this matter cry?
Oh, really?
Attorney General.
And have regional youth organizer. And does he have that particular power to command 15 military officers?
Are you serious?
Leading them to.
So, okay, NBCO into be a real my Japadi, I enjoy young Cassie enjoy man in foul. me I wouldn't support say yema buying car and obi ho, but the proper and appropriate channels to the extent cry say ODD Minister for National Security at him. You're Honorable Kandapa. Who's the American Kandapa about say Obe Park Kofi Adams a chow a car so more return a car in man. Okay, say if he's not ready to claim all the government properties they are, and he's not ready because maybe he's part of the syndicate.
Oh, okay.
That was a serious allegation. So he just wants to be heard. Meeting I say, I mean, Ghana no politics you do or die. Mama wa obedi here for 8 years. They try to put in their all. But and you say na Samia Ukumu at the Kokunya youth organizer. And you say na Antonia Bay Fakabo mo ede ekunya
also a national youth organizer.
That's already okay kako idea. Is it kura free sunyanya background. Is it WT Adobe FM. So it's obvious national youth organizer no ede opepe. He should be, I mean, decorous. He should be very circumspect in his actions.
But Nana said this sometimes they get some hints.
Of course.
Be now be na tia o now say
not even some hint, but I feel some support from somewhere because they say Abronye DC.
But when you say Ebia CID move into Kofi Adams, we know he was a national organizer. Having acquired 5 vehicles. Land Cruiser.
That's what say cars. Let me say 2 penny any deal said.
Whatever it is, say 2, say 3.
I said 3, amount for
that's a card you will be betting me out to register will be the fact that will be car registration will be, you know, it could be different from Chrome as well be to be car. And and you know, Ebia CID was having that suspicion. Say Ebia as an organizer.
Yeah, but don't forget, say, and yes, CID in a call.
Call your businessman when you. Oh, say the phone because I can. Actually, so the command almost any investigation.
Right.
Many of them before say will be 8 years when I have to say Papa you have 5 cars or the SCA, so they have to go moving. Sometimes we're moving in now. Obekaya. As some crowd about 2 years, actually, or more years operation. Later, certain cars that they saw when they went back, they didn't even see them again. So if you are moving faster, it's possible. Omo will even hide some of all these properties that belong to the state. Kofi Adams, businessman, we all know he was a national organizer.
He was a teacher before becoming.
Then I know a spokesperson for Mr. Rawlings. And probably considering his resources and income, his idea will be to me acquire those properties and all that. Fine, but before say at the moment in there, if you now, would you associate with people say CID should render apology to them to Kofi Adams?
Well, they have to, but many Kofi Adams and Kameko courts. I also could seek for some sort of compensation for the trauma and like undue process. Then afem Gabi, ma yen sanko days of the revolution. Yehusu obi. We live in a market economy now. Sa communist era na believe say any kwan so obi nyeska any kwan obi anko na kwan ofa so ye dey enyeska enti until say it you betimi approve say enipa na fa kwan bone so na nyeska no my kwan yes na embreedy like hard work embreedy hard because people who work hard deserve to enjoy the fruit of their riches. So fine, maybe Abeka Kofi Adams, no a teacher ni and obey Mr. Rawlings spokesperson. He was just the national organizer of the NDC. And he know you don't know. For all you know, if you are the position, you could secure a loan from a private bank and what they call business beam and I so
yeah, but we don't know that. I mean,
let us not jump into conclusions. Because National Youth Organizer and Tinuku or driver Land Cruiser.
Oh, that maybe argument and say, what's to say he was part of government in a way.
Yeah.
Because a party guy, he was the national campaign coordinator of the party at the time, and we know Efrabem, and there has been in the news say. State cast be and I mean party officials on your because it will be the first point of sentence man. Now Obi say cast 5 Kofi Adam and said you can you business or ye you Kofi Adam in public domain and say where campaign coordinator for the election 2016 for National Democratic Congress. He was a national organizer. He was one time a spokesperson for the former president. Considering all this, so where you be in a position to acquire 5 vehicles all the time. You mean business people around? Maybe I'm Japan those people.
Mistaken.
That is why probably they need an investigation to establish.
Right, dear.
The veracity or otherwise.
You can be suspicious of someone. I mean, there's a will be to me overnight. Oh, never crying a bush.
So the investigation probably will establish.
I think I make us a jump into if you answer say CID investigation or say cars and a car and you're buying cars.
But so many investigations are probably they will not arrive.
I know that is why
that linger in the minds of people. Say Kofi Adam, so to some extent, even his own interest.
I know, but there was an assumption, say, a bank. Of
course, there will be an assumption earlier before the investigation.
I feel
suspicion will come before investigation.
I know, but me who the right word to use? Let us not preempt the days of communist era. Now, you believe you say any so obi bet menyeska within 2 or 3 days. Questionable. But because Obi to say Canadian Japan, how many times have people questioned his source of money? I don't agree to that. I really don't. Because people work hard for their money.
Well, any the source of money, and a more air question. Who are them? And a car say you show our bemuno, you need the number.
Yes.
We need about 2 years, about 200 of those cars are missing. And I will be my hand to say 5 of those guys we think are a part of the state cars. I'm sure there is already ready for the CID, which is the Criminal Investigation Department of the police, to find out whether indeed the information they have got correct.
Incredible.
And answer and correct. But at the end of the day, no one will say that information they got was not correct as they received it. Now, and not told that because they did a thorough investigation. And to be before no there, the suspicion will be rife. I mean,
Begabi, you said the one who see
the right to for that suspicion.
What correct? What mama? I said we gave him the benefit of the doubt. But Ghanaians didn't give Kofi Adam the benefit.
But you know how we do our politics.
That is what I'm saying. Say you need surgery.
Because you and me also know say he was just a raw person.
Nobody. I know.
Politics in a year or 2.
But now, people take advantage of their situation.
But you and me soon say
which might not necessarily be illegal.
Government officials mean so the car no be
I mean, who car
very good
mechanical.
Very good. Yeah, can so our best servant so all is well and manon kwa nipa jimi once
Gabi enya maninko but the American say a better investigation now we shouldn't be prejudiced about the investigation.
Yeah, I know I agree with you.
So we should go in like on a level field. Say it could be his, it could be for the government. Now, like man, someone here can't want it. Say a lot of people are disappointed because we judge him publicly. In the court of the public opinion, even before say CID,
and then another boy you are saying say CID for no you, there are other opinion other people who also share. Welcome there today. There are people who say they even did a shoddy job.
Of course,
so you can say my Katasum, so you even on state cars, one can say or no. There are some people who be, I mean, holding on to that particular perception or belief that they have already, but at least it clears certain doubt. Who perception you leave it with it because as the public knows, you say any state cars.
Yeah, hopefully Ghanaians will understand.
And would you say CID for apologize? Would you see that?
Apology there. I don't think any state institution should apologize to any Ghanaian for doing their work.
Does Kofi Adam deserve any apology for whatsoever from
Abronya DC? that was on betina TV so radio so ekasa ye edidi na temeki on
na na obi mwa so can be say
until also obesi na no sense also obesi na no obrebo omo me who difference so no see friend abronya
oza
yeah obrebo ahen so say our friend until on the way me who difference
so this is also
okay so and me and you free bona for region diana and mommy who difference but so yes I know say abronya DC no he's on a mission but onyan to was here CID mean I don't have any problem
especially nana obi buan
abronya DC
render unqualified apology to Kofi Adams probably for subjecting him to public ridicule and denting his image and reputation in public
because more denting image and CID call your investigation man say cast and cry ni wa ban
well nana sabre ana meneno how point of order so ayeguso aye di pensen ni bobo and some e twago e kobrema e kotwi e ba ye de our point of order is Rock 102.3 FM in the city of Fusa in the state of Massachusetts in the United States as a country. Na me sabre ni tie dwam Gabi Frimpong Boaten and some no bebre eguso aye e twakro the ebehwe no free senior high school and seemingly conflicting sources of funding are government appointees and as people in government nana obekaya nana ya osafmafu senior minister or no coordinating all the economic ministries in this particular government Eddie Babonton say they intend using the whole of the heritage fund or part of the heritage fund as kind of a start or something to fund the senior high school policy, the free senior high school policy. And the Minister of Finance, the Honorable Ken Ofori answered the Betuja said, no, we haven't taken any decision of that sort. There's nothing like that we've considered. And the Minister designated for information, so there's nothing conflicting about this because even during the campaign trails, even from the year 2008 to Kranana, Adudanko Akufo-Addo was on record to have been advocating, say, Heritage Fund is something we can even use to even fund free senior high school education. So it's in a way in tandem with what Nanaya or Safmafo is purported to have said, say, use for the senior high school education. And also, Nana Komi, director of MPP Communications, and so they are better to say, nothing of that sort has been taken as a decision from the government. Now, for him, no, it could be said Nana Asafmafo was thinking aloud, trying to, bring in some suggestions. Say about one way of source of funding for this particular laudable policy. And Boas West MP, Kwakwaj Makwati, we all know say was the government spokesperson on finance. Then President Kufuor's regime. One also they about to say they haven't taken any decision of that. Meaning so no government no, but he's kind of a senior member of the party having a finance background. Probably he might have been at the background doing some maybe financing or computation.
People are even taking him for like deputy minister
kind of. I'm very sure that's why the way he's talking like that. In the midst of all this, what's your thinking? What's your thought on that? Say, free HAS, is it going to be a daunting task for the government when it comes to funding and rolling out the policy to be successful for us to have? Because my cousin, we don't need the free education. We need quality. It's very important. So the Binu Craft is a nunti, and they don't want to support the idea that education should be free because they think the quality aspect of education will be compromised when it becomes so free. Which some of us would add with that we disagree. But with the seemingly sources of funding that people are saying say feasible because Heritage Fund no cry itself is even inadequate. So you can see the fund the cry because that so far the secure Heritage Fund requires about 252 million or so dollars, and we need about $600 million annually to fund this particular policy. For me, it's even a non-starter if you want to use the Heritage Fund. Is it something that's going to kind of be a problematic issue? The New Patriotic Party, as a party now in government, didn't think through well. They didn't do the actuarial work well. They didn't even know what it would cost. It was just a political gimmick. They just throw things in the air, and because they have made a campaign promise, they just want to do something to kind of make Ghanaians believe that they want to go by their promise.
Yeah, Gabi me da say yen chia Ofajo also here Regina Entry also here Samuel Amankwa nyina mo here edamase Nana Jemai also share no I like a video Nana ya Aboatin munyina na upon Edward also here.
Oh, very good. We thank all of them.
Yeah, I'm for any abre o minor yanka Gabi one man like a background about this whole free education. I don't want to believe, sir, Nanado, like, because free education is like a cardinal policy of Nana Akufo-Addo. Don't forget, say 2008 or the campaign 2012. And
but then this for granting interview with BBC at that times they couldn't even give
like
details
elaborate on how
the country to fund this particular program, and it became even a campaign hit back at him all the time. NDC was saying it was just a political talk. Don't you think from where we have come to here still the modalities and the details as to how they will fund it, it's like they just threw something in the air. I mean, there's nothing concrete that is in place now to roll out. September so they are
Gabi, yendi kan kasa number 1, MPP government and Nanado's government form first budget MI.
Okay.
First budget about March muhono. Until we don't know say ombeka sika you hear about $600 million a year. Na heritage fund no it's just me no I'm not against using the heritage fund senke you will sika at the heritage fund when you use and I'm totally up for it because Andra na me monitor mo show na and some people are saying say Andra cry will be making a wrong impression as a country any gold reserve. That is not true.
Yeah,
we have gold reserves at the Bank of Ghana and we have foreign reserve. Ghana has $5,885 million in foreign reserves.
Yeah.
It's not say yeah,
because now people were creating the impression say as a savings a bit only the heritage fund.
Heritage fund is just one of them.
And also the view say all no crown you discover that when did we even start even producing oil as a country on commercial quantities? It started in 2010. Yeah.
Yes, you can so the bet we are seeing countries in here let's say to 87 countries are wasevuska like foreign reserve
which is not bad
at least we are not doing
savings,
bad about 179 countries and they are to 85 and it's our impressions as a yesika yesevu nyina na yeyusun anopai mene kwesi brata ya adwen mentane ne nyadwen beta no pay mene
at least for once
yeah because ye ka say yesevu sika manchirima Gabi, what do Babeko school? No one for now school. Now Kodoko Kofu. Amano said that now ye Japade and I say gold will fear. 1 ton gold no I'm found home school. Now the gold into a that you won't be any. Other 2 gold
know how to
they won't know the real value of it. And the education there is no ifs, buts and ifs.
Yep.
Education is important.
I agree.
Seka usika 1 penny krana. For 2 hours school fees.
Yeah.
And for so be so a chance would this scan at home.
If indeed so open the future of
the well-being of Omana. Exactly.
And for me I believe the heritage fund and what is the purpose for is for the future generation. And
future generation
that's the question.
School say future generation.
To be the future generation.
So it is coming here enough money in the fund any do show man anka I have no problem so but say problem I want to say sika wo fund no kra na nya dey enso enti yan twen Emma MPP first budget emra I'm sure say they know how to
but there me problem kakra ne say adana is the hints that we are getting or so I guess to say I said the government doesn't have concrete
coherent
sources of having that's my problem. I mean, I'm not having the issues that I'm or Safma for Akasi. I was expecting is the finance minister can say, and you know, what are you using? Ebia say he's thinking aloud. Then what is on the table? Meaning, Sebia, and I think on my hand say, young Chama budget, probably some of us goes in the okay assumption. I will say budget no ba and a bachelor a car more fast or more funded education. Is that not so?
Yeah,
but at least.
Everyone's who take Kenoforiato say Ghana has enough resources to fund.
So how are they going to fund it? That is the questions people are asking.
Or catch also they are heard politicians have a way of
which way? I mean,
no. Baby, I would disagree.
That's how I disagree with you. The issue is when
oh yeah, sure.
Now free senior high school a whole country everyone out was
guys, we senior Dr. William Ofori. Oh yeah, Doctor of Brazil. Utie.
Oh yeah,
senior of Prempeh College.
Oh nice. Oh nice. Yama about point of father. The main trend say adiana nya secret adiana wo ye. Anyway so enya national security issues. And I say bia yen disclose ekwa fa so aye de boy country no ho ban. Social intervention policy, and people have a lot of interest and they want to know how it's going to be beneficial, and you all know say there is what in there, it will be very beneficial. But how is it going to be possible for this particular benefit to be, I mean, come to Ghanaians? Where I can say yes, sir. So who now who cross
Gabi, maybe I may say
I don't want to believe say at this moment, no, they don't know where the budget is coming. No, the budget is Machiana. They told us, and you want to tell me, say, at the moment, some key policies be our mobile no dear. But now they should have, I mean, done it. I mean, what you can say, young kind budget, they'll be take another 2 or 3 years.
And even by now, also on Saturday by house because March ending a bit take effect. I was by now. I started by house and now my started
February is here.
February.
Ebia, we are bisa or Safman for the end of so Mr. Kenoforiato. When I sign now, we are man na futu force ahina will cry sika. So how is education going to be funded?
Maybe they
leave us in limbo in that direction.
A suspense and
you don't think that it will give people the room to speculate?
People will always speculate, Manager Gabi.
But they have reason to speculate.
They have reason
and
to
you are giving them the reason to speculate.
Say.
Needlessly.
Kenoforiato about see a crab a casse. I had a business canefra. People will still speculate.
Oh, it's not there. For some doubting Thomases, Nabemu who say, at the end of the day, Ebia from that side, Nobel who say, the mobile issue is it feasible or not feasible? Because make one lecturer can say they can use the annual budget fund money or something,
capital investment,
whatever it is. Send they reallocate the resources to those areas. But maybe problem no say when you talk outside the main parameters or those who call the shots when it comes to rolling out the policy. And you know, they should have done a lot of Ghanaians good and give us a hint, because Mr. Sama from a hint. I said no, I'm for a feeding on that, and we should have another counter. I say I'm only coherent.
Why didn't I say a bit me crab? I say August Sankofa a oil fort never call online. And here be a bit me you sue heritage fund not started.
What's heritage fund ready? It's never in the equation.
I know dear.
That is what I can afford.
It's never in the equation. Doesn't mean say you mean tap in.
Was it they will not touch it? He said it. And so we are not going to touch the heritage fund.
But that is for Gabi. Don't forget, so we have $1.6 billion.
Some a capital fund.
And a capital fund.
And also Mukai. And a credit 1 million.
275 aircraft destroy levels.
Also be able to some persons. Because I know one man I clear. Say capital fund no a ewo ho no may you move bia 1 million dia comma constituency, and no everybody's mind is at ease.
Gabi
e dey say no say duro na ama na me say ya mo ala mo apa ama fa ama, but we no there as akoye say failing
as akoye
sikana free infa.
But Gabi, let us not forget, say in 2004 Emra, the then NPP government has the national health insurance, people were asking similar questions. questions we are asking today.
No, I know that it was clear. Omo can say Ombe increase the national health insurance VAT no.
National health insurance levy 2.5. First budget.
No, first budget now.
Gabi, everything now copy first budget be next month. Yeah.
First budget in March.
March, yeah.
And I deal with September.
Every day in the summer.
National security.
National security, but government be our choir of us
how?
I am very sure, sir.
No,
as serious as the MPP is, no? Not to throw any shades at the NDC, but as serious as the MPP is, no? I'm sure, say they thought through this whole process before embarking on this campaign, and I'll be very surprised if after 8 years of campaigning for free education, I feel no mobile resources for. They know how to fund it. Let us give them the benefit of the doubt. Now,
okay, March there is just a now for opportunity now more and microphone share our Facebook we have so Regina Entry is watching us very kindly or follow your pa na uru asamra mankwa eda was say when ya daje na so woni chair discussions rock FM ye the lines so ebeto edwa enche me so say munyina mo betumi afre no contribute mu quota sebe ya o man Ghana betumi moving forward different pon o ya make as no so o her life and Catherine no so kware one so ehwe meaning baby all there but one so ehwe life ye da munyina amase na ya ne AGP some so much interest this particular socio political and cultural programs no Rock FM ya to this point of order ya de edwin Ghana and some Ghana and forward movement Ghana and kan corner yempuntu sebe ya bibia ebekon kai anantina anopabre be menena na asabre yenya adaje ebetena ye bobo nsensemu enti nana ya hwe
na me wa asem kakra bi kan ba ase ye wa adwen bi say education na be free no ebe lower the standard and answer the quality of our education.
Why?
And many,
but those people have a point,
Gabi,
because wow. Don't you think say Adibia is free? The word itself free. People tend to trample upon it when it is free. The value itself become very very low.
Nina depending on supervision. Gabi.
No, my point is say cause Adibia is free. The moment people get the impression say Adibia we cry no. Free. The value to some extent.
Oh yeah.
And secondly, no, we more can say no. It's like now, cry say funding issue.
Yeah.
The funding
the issue. I know.
Issue. What say a day match no?
It's an issue. I know say.
What's some of the budget in the ban?
Oh, it's a budget bar. Who know the source of funding for free education,
which is March ending.
March ending. What the 1 month per day.
Actually, March ending.
Actually, March ending. 1 month per day. You bit manum so actually.
And there are some structural problems. When you say the enrollment, the people are the mad Russia.
Yeah.
Some for per SHS ako. Na tetukaze mpemfo bi cry 50 years before. Na muzasa na so dey how productive are they going to be?
Yes, at least who akenkan kra na say.
Okay.
In toast no better
personal development. I go sister cry na unimu ya na
Ghana CDC buy obu how can you new CD no kro. I just say old one.
You have a point, yeah. It's mad rush there you say ebeba. Now so infrastructure wise, the structural difficulties in terms of say materials and the idea ebema idea na move forward come no when you say no people having the ideas about compromising the quality because nipa idea nyina ye bebre sa na yintimi emiti the demands no ne adrade na ye no haphazardly basa you go school na wa continent no ba even teachers kura be kira ade kura ampo no even in terms of teacher students relationship if it's even something they need to really consider. Yeah, this year September it's not the case. Say the groundwork no is not all that prepared enough to roll out the thing successfully. I know and the compromise the quality of the education that
system.
we know umoka say free. I mean, people take it for granted.
Many Dr. Kwaku Boafo, I mean, economics professor with Cape Poly. Yeah, drink.
Mami ko do onso so o hwe yamawache ne yamawakwa abanso so ana yamawa ha me come yamawache se la so California yeah yamawakwa about Rock FM your point of order nso na ye nana go ahead.
Yeah, and no kasenka MPP abai no etwentwen so enom de sa policy we kwa share in the second year and I said in the third year krana and KBA ebeboa and kabema niema ye relatively easier for the government.
The reasons no being
the reasons ne say afi no aba afi na de eniema ebe tutu akwem to say you can even infrastructure wise ye nyina hu last year NDC aban omkaso mu see 200 community day high schools at the end of the day schools no so
nana me try no someone man kwa also the about Facebook page or say the free SHS will start in September and not March. Gabi, you need to exercise patience. The budget is coming in March, please. It's not far from today. I agree with you, Samuel. That is why I'm holding my guns and I'm patiently also waiting. Say March there is just at the corner. No, I'm not doubting, sir. And for me, I'm one of those advocates for free senior high school, and I'm all for it. But maybe question is, I'm trying to play a devil advocate. I'm trying to show people's concern. Where I've said, I have to also bring to the fore where people think otherwise. So people are raising concerns. Conflicting statements are about as regard the source of funding. Some of us agitators say if seniority fund na mobile counter say the kind of what is it that you're going to use? That if that hint is also out there, it will calm people's nerves down and people's speculations. Say a political jargon, a political talk near the discuss it, the actual issues therein. Now, whoever have any contributions, Biano can even bring them forward to even move this particular policy forward. Because I'm all for it, for that one. Because in education, many people in Ghana, even including some of us, you couldn't even have got the opportunity to even do what you're doing at the moment. And very, 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 very important. Now, the Nipan because of finances and economic reasons in Tia. And then can call Antimi and Konkai, Abrabo in a way, IOBB Basa. Not community education, no opportunity, no, because they had the head. But what to push them now acquire only for those who can afford. And Kobasana, you create a society of exclusion, which for me, no,
that's elitism.
Yeah, but those who don't have to revolt against those who have, and you don't have peace in that society. To me, I'm all for it. But kind of mobile fast funding, there's a issue. Some match. Month we cross the annual no content.
February, I got 10 days. Major and Penny last and said that so didn't to us. I say Prince Charles or Beba. Then be our senior to us or Beba. I'm powered by
okay.
And I'm just playing.
Wait and see.
Yeah, just wait and see. Or whatever.
Wait and see. Yeah, okay.
But infrastructure wise, near going for a Gabi. We still have problem with infrastructure. There are still schools under trees. Even though the previous government wanted us to assume said all schools under trees had been eliminated, but there are still schools under trees. There are still students there are still students
So why don't you do that kind of improvement first before we bring all this mad rush into
yes, because Gabi, yes, half a loaf is better than none.
The mortgage kakra
at least wouldn't be cry so at least nipali to me quote
and some even University of Ghana.
Yeah,
we were those who even went to the school in the 60s and even 70s and even 80s now 2000s no
because 80s no mujai feeding free dining
even in terms of sharing dormitories. Yeah. Because a Commonwealth now, I think it was B28 also. That room I said, send a bed, Missy, 4. and then you inner room. And the cry na come here say hon be serve as kitchen.
And no cry kitchen.
Yeah, the room. Yeah, time. Yeah, the room. Then nipa ba ko so there da ho.
Any a moment time any power any per two.
And the situation I say
any per two na no go in. But also say some problem na share any hobby. You know why? Because President Kufo hostel will see what.
Yeah, Jubilee we say on
there. Ade na start here. Yeah, quiet him no. Near solve problem. Sanity. Ade bia out.
Yeah, but the camera be say you go move break out but we had our battle and we came out.
That's it. So
and we were able to do something for ourselves and move the country.
Yentiminka say ye train esi school dining say yetimi see 200 community day schools in Accra na Gabi. There was
no school na does ko bit ma chemi bi kwa ba pana bi okwa ria na bi kwa maju am
another subject. Yeah, it na make sure say ade ere de ye be ye.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem for me and the
abine what the political will.
Yeah, they should be able to do it.
Ye be because Ghana o mu school mu nya adwuma.
Of course.
Enti what stop them from
we occupation and say we
school.
It is
maybe 6 to 12.
6 to 12. They be 12 to 7. They be 7 to be a homache one.
That's it. And
up manufacture to suit us.
And to maybe the omo kasa yen train yen infrastructure yen trainer Gabi. See a kasi train.
Because you quite contrast. It's not a new thing in Ghana.
It has been for no.
Those champion time cranny.
Ye kasi ye train SC adaya ye here. Ye kasi ye train at training teachers are here. Ye kasi ye train near the necessary logistics. Na bansani a starting free education. One here I just say next 100 years.
Yeah. So because any pan ko nya wo bebre na so
1 year. They say
we see accommodation be fed for be.
Ghana your fertility rate is 3.9%, one of the highest in the world. Yeah, I mean some of us
I'm for busy here.
I'm for
I'm kra mo ba do the trail.
So yeah, kasi train ama bibia to ya yenduru hoda. And yes start.
Oh, you say abronya this way nephew to Nana Obudu.
Yeah, I think that explains it.
Also, Kwamba for Abronya DC is the nephew of Nana Obudu.
Oh, so that explains why they share
something in collaboration.
Why they share that.
Oh, so, nice.
And to me, they started problems near Sabo. Hey, there are some things and you be a school who now be catcher fearful. When me call Prempe College, now me that trunk so. Because you are bro so.
I don't know bed in your
I'm telling you this today.
Not one could day school.
Oh, body. Me that track so busa. Me can other schools, but
that 7 is a secondary school there. Who be quite kodajisi ajo as a border.
Oh, be a person or conference college. Oh, be a person or conference.
For that trunk because you had better as a border.
Yeah, give more students than the available beds.
So how are the authorities making sure that
Edward said you have to like
to don't talk about they don't care. That's
it. Yeah, what do mattress?
Because say time they give you your more admission to boarding school. Now you say you have a bed, they were located
technically Saran ko say. But na nyame nkwanso na na me dama trunk so and you made that
it was the order of the day.
That's it.
So how were the authorities kind of arranging that?
They knew
it has admission
by pretending not to know. That's it.
How?
They knew it, but
because someone said be a room where nipa phone there. Then you admit the borders as 4 people to the room.
They had more students coming in.
But they can come at their school, those students.
But they
have they say it should be strictly according to
the number of beds available. Unfortunately, that's not. Anything America said.
There was something wrong.
We can squeeze ourselves for now. Let us buy the bullets.
Suffer to gain, right?
Yeah, suffer to gain.
I agree with you. Let's move forward. Yeah, but point of order anyway was on the way. The time now is exactly 4 minutes after 1 p.m. I should say in Eastern time. We are in the Worcester State, in the Massachusetts state of United States, Worcester City, sorry, on Rock FM. Point of order and Debremu. Gabi Frimpong what ebi a wona wo afi na wo join your Facebook amena and me moderate show no in place of Daddy Fred the Bibinti went to me ama na yedi insanu bi ho abobo abibria wa wo hwe wo Facebook bia no obetimi e de wadwen wo talk everything that you think is worthwhile contributing aba e wo Facebook you be ready ama atifo a omo so e share the
nkrofo bia omuti na na akwasi me classmate our Virginia or hey
okay.
And obosom I know say din we obekum obosom that be our classmate be Chris Adeki ya boa also hey on so say Nana Sabre there is no doubt that free SHS would be implemented in Ghana, but infrastructure is still a problem. I think he could wait to a little bit like next year.
But next year, no infrastructure problem in Abaya solved.
That's my point.
You cannot.
Yeah,
on that issue, I agree to. You have to roll the policy. It is even true that you'll be able to even assess the problems. Then you solve them alongside. There's no way you can say you solve every problem before you move in and do something.
Gabi,
life is something endless. You can't finish solving every problem. Yes.
In 2001. Not the whole year, your national budget is $500 million.
Yes.
But say in a year, to me, a budget of about $8 billion.
Yeah, we're talking of $8 billion.
Time will come, your budget be expanded. A bit balloon. And Yamiadum says so to her, even though you said that to be oil best. But I don't think it's best anybody.
You call University of Ghana and you okay. Yeah, down here, you bet them whatever it is.
I know
the money performs, you put 10, you bet them.
Because Mikasa, they M32. One room, then you put 16 in the room.
Now, come on, what those are better than
M Plaza.
Shift. Some of us are cranky. It's because
that's it.
We like fun, you know. Sometimes we invest in class and gaga some quite. Sometimes you know, and we should cry our bar. Would mean now send your pet because wouldn't say would down time down to bar as in your library because one call library and as a contradania. That's a book or two because why be a book that would mean facts can go how be a crown as a motivation in a way to even for you to study. I don't quite
Ghana enye enti niam bi wo ha e wo se squeeze ye ho so ho nkanya ne kwaso no say ye be man kra ko secondary school nkra be ko university no mo akwakyere mo sa but you can say half a loaf is better than none. Some
Nana me try no make us enjoy from pon. Also a man for a man for. I think he's one of the first batch started SS NB.
Really senior.
I should tell your host. I'm the host. Tell me that I also experienced the same thing. Now it was in Piercing House in 1991.
No, so that tracks.
The congestion at the time was unthinkable.
91 no crowd. I mean, it says after the about 10 years later.
Yes.
So now with that track.
I feel no face here.
We now watch Jamaica. So with that track.
Piercing House because one time come kwasra.
80 nipa no uncle school.
Well, Bachelor of Science in America. I think it's that now. Or tech science.
That's it. And you maybe or her. So papa and shed their niska and you maybe or her.
Sometimes even more cry make an invest of the some people were even from other halls. They even want to come and sleep.
Come on. They want
to associate themselves with being Rwanda. When they are baby or better. But at the end of the day, I agree with you. Say, infrastructure wise in there, we will solve the problem along. I mean, not maybe beef no yeah. They should let us know how the program going to be started. The conflicting issues. So now, my man for any doubt you say because
but
said the work can make time for the budget.
Yeah, budget statement to come out.
What actually is
I know, sir. NPP is a serious political
because
party.
The devil is in the details. So maybe budget number they will spell out all that they want to use to finance this laudable idea. And the idea Ghana is even long overdue. Education where say free to say JSS no e dey dey call. You find your way. And now compare you know be a senior high school everywhere a secondary school or high school diploma, and then we are resume crowd starting high school diploma. And
of course,
JSS no middle school no you know there.
JSS crowd is here on resume so.
Now resume.
JSS crowd.
I
mean,
though a starting point, but we don't need it.
No, because you are not equipped with any skills.
And then the old fast system for socialization.
Yeah, just to teach you how to
from
learn.
Senior high school, our brain no mature to the level say you can even do some critical thinking and critical reasoning. I will appreciate it. Say you are a certain level that you need something to do for yourself. Go and ask so many JSS for no business. Say, "O cry that then happens." Baby, I can say, "Person be a doctor, person be a lawyer." All that they have heard is that we need what is even entailed in that. But the be a call senior high school na unya subjects I say here now is a subject way. My ability and my capability, meet my science student, meet my business student, meet my general arts, meet my visual arts. A honor and now one talent I want on earth. That is where you can even do a lot with me when you impact in your society. The Jesus in there for socialization. Any serious government be our person or be in terms of education there. Many MPP government here been say they should elevate that level. No, see, per se, you serious say you know you are abreast with modern times and modern way of life. Now you may nipa no human resource development no a critical aspect of the way to go is making sure everybody has opportunity to get education to that level.
Me who say eventually there will be some sort of taxation to support this noble course, and don't forget say free education I mean, some people don't like using the word free because technically it's free because Ghanaians will still pay for it, but they kind of say
but free piano, it will come from somewhere to cater for somewhere.
Of
now,
course.
You free now. Come to think of it, contribution towards that. No, come to think of the admission fee. Maybe I do 2,000 Ghana. At the end of the contribution crowd, Okoto handkerchief mean say stars ke to be the better so near the choirs had and in a way no and then we directly who's a nipa feels we there directly and we say or no na but so yeah we are buying but we think we forget to think say I buy no through your contributions and the taxes that but who say because it's so remote so people don't feel it and I know the free is the only word we can use but what in terms of sociological aspect of it, and if we see any fund there, but it's a kind of as a pool, it's as a very individualized base.
Yeah.
Now acquire societal base there. Because education is an asset for the society. Because yet me educating one doctor, how many times the big cry and mommy and papa ever attended that hospital that is
and now one crying
so. What does some even a bushia cry somewhere? We go cry with the hospital one, no mammy and papa cry and man. Until we cry now, the opportunity to be cry, money, mammy, papa medication or a remote. And who create the ratio of even a doctor to maybe patients? Now when he powers
Ghana cry there 1 to about 3,000.
You see,
very
you can imagine even training one doctor and the kind of work and the impact he's having, not for himself, but it's for the society.
Gabi, now people have a question be about this free education. I mean, whatever that means. Ube suggest to say na education somehow free, you know.
It is free. What do you mean somehow?
What the hell say education free, you know. Young pushing national service, you know, Embra SSS level. So the because I buy the ball hoka, I buy the more aduane
necessary class as in also cover senior high school level. But anyway, mommy reading one post be a mommy kunadu and so there. But I say sorry, it's good to start the free education now and keep strengthening the other things as the time goes on. As there is a saying in chief that or as mienu ye any honey as don't you many honey. That is what I think he's trying to say. As from you honey, I don't see. What's he started there? Then I don't see why as from you honey. I think we share the ideas. He started, and as we move along, we solve the problems as we move along. That because SS no there. We national service for
but I buy the ball who can there should be a way. I mean,
that's in the national service was said to you. And they are not there.
Oh, they said on there. Yeah, but so we all service to secondary school level. I won't sound quite university.
The visa young reserve for
reserve.
Because service no
service there
because the way
service there
even the law is structured no some people were suggesting say give people some employment opportunities even on your resume you can put somewhere but we have internships and other people that they do somewhere else. Other companies that will service. Now, are you saying that university for money? That is why this internship system is all there. You avail yourself.
No, but service now as a way of paying back to the government. Say,
I mean paying back. I'm saying especially when we were private schools in the other. The one help you and Sika are funding university education. What we call Valley View. Where Sika or your school fees baby.
Call Valley View SSS no be free.
Man, yes, as for the service. I'm talking about
I'm expanding on SS now at least.
SS yeah, cripple. When your level of thinking be waiting the IABB. So when to man call university private to the IABB about bra woman. Nana actually baby
acknowledge Michael Thompson. No kind of home have it a Juma 17 say or join the Air Force.
Oh, very nice.
Michael Thompson, formerly of CDFM and Rock FM.
Oh, God. We wish you all the best.
To say Air Force and T. Well, what's a good radio discussion? Greetings to Nana Sabra and Gabi. Nothing is free. Taxes, bonds, other sources of income take care of what we consider free at the expense of other sectors or posterity. Ghanaians need very extensive discussion before anything free is passed. Michael Thompson. Yeah, no, Ombuza say Abranti na brofo nko na okan.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice.
Or hey.
Yeah, I baby I know about Thompson. Yeah, I wish you all the best over there. Now, yeah, jump to another political issues. Very, very. That's assume a very serious and should I say hot dimension on Ghanaian waves here and there. The bribery allegation are rock parliament. I need a professor Aaron Michael Kui. One who's also a pastor.
Yeah, suffer.
One a speaker of parliament at the moment. I set it this kind of ad hoc or special committee if you want. Mr. Honorable Joseph Gatti. Nanakra or Shewudi Nananibi or Sandy Joseph Nanagati. I don't know where chairman. Now Obekaya almost first sitting took place last week. I think it was Monday or Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? Tuesday.
I think it's a Tuesday. Yeah.
Emma, first deputy speaker, Ora Joseph Oseusu, and one now crown MP for be quiet. One also an chairman of the appointment committee. Almost vetted the ministerial nominees from the His Excellency Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. Na ye nsema kwa Mr. Mahama Ayarga, Honorable Mahama Ayarga, if I should say, ono de betuja say ewura bia ye nominate no for the energy ministry Mr. Boache Jako bribe wo mo say wo mo be pass na be man approval say wo be ba be minister of energy ma be nsem bebre enti ekoba say eso mo set up allegation but first sitting no mo invite Mr. Joseph Oseusu no it brought out a lot of issues now they needed to delve deep into that. Now you know because just say especially Honorable Kujato Abrako Ayaboni Dino, there will be the need for him to appear before the committee. Now me crime just say so man friend he should able to write something to them. And one also so and says I also betro what they'll say and answer as if he heard what I said, and as it was even his thought already. Say one through his lawyers, actual command, the chairman say, Obama opportunity now also make clarify issues because his name came up when Mr. Joe say ma the testimony. Ampa Omo granting that particular request. As a result, no crama Friday sitting it got suspended. Now indication no cross was from the chairman who say there will even be the need for more witnesses to come. Now Okra was throw out class will be who say we something to share with the committee, you know. Ubetimi aba forward, and you will be wholly welcome for them to ask you say niya unim fa, because them said they are determined actually to unravel the truth, to bring out all the issues therein. Na yen no krapoti ya edem, because you know it's like we say with the man, we say one farmer, we say me dey minim bibia fa ho muntaka deny was me fa sika bia ma obia jo say usu as one fa sika bia ma obia present say abwa kwampokra ka say he said it in a just to kind of spread the rumor and answer the news, you know, for them to feel how the heat is. Wabra na Mr. Ibocheja akon e ka say then President John Mahama corrupt. He wanted him to see how it feels. And you know, the officer something that should be left there. It was in a jovial, in a just kind of. But they said the truth now, Nana Edruno, how do you say, it's turning to be something very serious.
Yeah, so far, dear, are you serious? Are you serious? Me no, said Joe Wise kind and not starting there, something trivial. I say, Obina can't say be just for that politics of equalization. Once I ask a Ghana referees, Kotokone has a baba, all being in a 1-1 or pay. Tis a team back will be share one group, and a coin of a fast on your penalty.
I would have catch us.
Oh, God, it will be for bare 5 years. It will be for bare 5 years. Kotokone has, there be another 1-1.
No, we can't say 1-1.
The referee knows Rose Weber with it, and I we pen once and Kushibua, and the coin be over fast or at the penalty. I'm the other side now, yeah, one. It is starting here in him, so that is what Honorable Okudzeto Ablaka was trying to do. But they say no here, Yabeti a whole ad hoc committee on it. Witnesses for aside witnesses for committee and they invite to them. They say there will be more witnesses. But NTS also say both majority and minority leaders in the house. You know. Ora Honorable Osei Chairman Sabon so and Honorable Haruna Idrusu omunina agree say yema committee at least a month.
Okay.
So at least Honorable Ikradi or suggest says yema 6 weeks. So no mun find a very thorough investigation, not just almost findings no and you're credible. Me did say witnesses be brave. Because Gabi, untimi nko committee na nkobo midin na ami amfrema ma mekembi anase amfrema ma kabeya ama man kama ansem there ya so
be gina ebia the level of your involvement in how necessary is it
agrona no odi. Right then, what's a Sabian say Okudzeto, Honorable Okudzeto Bejitum say he did indeed tell him that. That's a what's your squash case name. I mean, who here cross here better. And a very pivotal allegation. It's not an ordinary allegation. I was say near more Honorable Okudzeto the etna hosa. And yes sir.
Do the now officer and Kawanwakra and for that request now. There was the need for the committee to even throw invitation onto him. So Omra. Now at least that aspect now.
Yes.
Because we say Ekobasa now the whole issue has turned on him.
Of course.
Because here's a case will be say more much bribe. And the man was peeved who was at the center of the whole issue, because according to Honorable Joe Seusuno, he brought it up when they went into that conclave, as he termed it. You know, there's this also allegation going on, and he doesn't find it easy. I mean, saying being involved, they peddle kind of this for him falsehood, and you know, they should discuss it. And Okudzeto just said, "Oh no," and could you also Okudzeto should by say at a point, Joe Seusuka say Mahama Yarga boom. And he said he made that up. And now he's mentioning Okudzeto. This for him is a kind of conflicting statement. He doesn't even seem to know who actually made that thing. And don't you think that Okudzeto also has a point? Say, yeah, it's a kind of Mr. Honorable Joe is being confused, kind of.
And until now, yes, sir. You be free Honorable Okudzeto. Na yensan free Honorable Ayarega.
So no there is on is built to.
I mean, enya Ayarega kra na meka. Sunyini o se nidin yen free no. Ena Honorable Neelant Van Der Poel ono nso claim say ono nso gi sika ni bi.
Oh, ono so ba be kan.
Yeah, ono be kan bi say.
Ana me mfi se bi o mu na kan so ono no gi bi. Ono no aba.
Ono so be kan. Ono nso gi sika ni. Enti me feel so bia was so gi sika ni bibia no. Young friend na parliamentary disbursement anya dey a be wo bi or disburse o mo funds any ade na no so ni say ni pa no so young friend na ehu say ono na discama o mo anase and even who knows Honorable Kennedy Japan kra because ono so ni din na mu o say na bi say ni Rolls Royce mu kra na o chiche ska no to me feel say Honorable Kennedy Japan mu nyina was here from ba house on na I mean committee no bia me kan di onim about the issue said the be ya findings no e be credible na be to Ghana ni bia asum na
jo jiri say bia obi ko na obo obi din kra keka probably because Mr. Honorable Joe Seusu osa in the course of his testimony no Osambo Mr. K.T. Hammond.
Yeah, K.T. Hammond.
At the time when Honorable Okudzeto making that kind of jest, no, and I say, oh, kind of essay, no, not K.T. Hammond. Do you say, Bassa? I say, San Fred K.T. Hammond.
Of course. I was here, Fred.
And I said, I near cock of fruit, be out on the other.
Tio Gabi. I said, my Honorable Joe Wise kind. Also Okudzeto have a can say na chim so ade nkra gro na niedi it was politics of equalization momo ka say President Mahama yesi ntini e kan bibia ebema set
no feel the heat
right good see etimi proof and I say etimi establish say indeed Honorable Okudzeto kokwa asem na a very pivotal it changed the course of the whole discussion and honum na was here me ani ko say Okudzeto kan ana wanka na be dia husi wo kan ye be fro no amu obeba wo kan ana wanka o se ebia me kan ana se manyede manka
we just obega ka so kan wo akọ na se na be dia ka se dia ebia wa tro I krata
don't forget say he's not under oath
cross examine the
he's not under oath now.
That's what I'm saying.
JB Dan Kwakele, Honorable JB Dan Kwakele. Okay, can't say Mbebri. But I'm ready to go to court who say he's under oath. No. What's that, Sana? No. It's
the criminal matters. That is. If you're a lawyer, that's your man.
I say Okudzeto Zebia, so a lawyer. So the lawyer cry naturally, but into Bia Okodru ho no who say he's under oath. Assembly Obe can be a bit me issue against him. A bit me cry landing into trouble. Bia no akoka no kure wompa. Anti your friend Nswa, how do we know say asamo kan yampa na nyam obia no ho bia me feel say was your friend. And if indeed Honorable K.T. Hammond was present, I don't see why we shouldn't call him. I hope say this time all my home is soon. Now beba
what do you mean say all my home is soon? I don't come be soon.
Drill ship no you never no ze no soon. Drill ship no say committee na.
That's a break.
Who say those are better do soon.
He felt so emotional.
Yeah, was here the
sometimes so that the movie. Sometimes it be like crocodile tears though, but generally who say the assembly for that say when him say heart to heart deep within yourself. You have nothing to do with that. I elicited that kind of emotion.
I hope that this time around he will be badly emotional. Oh brother,
how do you put this with the dress?
I want us to get to the bottom of this case.
I believe say it's very very dear to
because I cast a big slur on the integrity of our parliament, on the integrity of our president, on the integrity of that minister, and Ghana as a whole.
You're right. Because all of us will follow this development with keen interest, because and show in public, they have just given it live footage into so those who have interest will follow it with the kind of keenness that they need.
Question asked.
Because we cannot have this war happen.
And see, MP so much certain on the committee level. Pay the same envelope on them all. So there was a video.
But say here we are. Muntaka so first kebia mobia.
Exactly.
And Mr. Joseph Uswa, Honorable Mohammed Muntaka is alleged to have said so on this man no, and so on so first kebia mobia. It is the same no. Says the culture envelope no, we are unable to ascertain.
But Okuja is insisting. Mama Yaraga is insisting.
That's why we are all looking up to say investigation. See?
Because a bear one was say after seg Ghana abang a time $3 million. A share Ghana must go mu. A the full plane. A san high soldiers. A gadis can go Brazil. A san TSK a pay security to Brazil from Rio all the way to Babiana Ghana for your boss hacked. Na ebe pem ne yeta so tua because ye tua we mu nyina ka 3,000 Ghana cedis cash. The amount the economists will tell you that
bananas what can I say you are prejudging, so we don't know whether say
anything I'm betting you say you
it's very important because
I don't know
it borders on maybe how we even transact our businesses, how we use monetary system on non-monetary at this day and age.
And Gabi, Obi Parliament you muka. I
do not say they have the financial because and all that. And it becomes say Mahama Yaragane Okuja ba. We will know their testimony. And from then we can make some inferences. But right now there. Because we'll be denied flatly and categorically. Say I mean, these two people involved. The minority chief which is the Muntaka, Honorable Muntaka Mohammed. What's one first Kebia Mobia? Once a radio so you are even swearing with the Quran and all that.
Yeah.
Say he's a Muslim and all that. He has never given any money to anybody or say Honorable Joe say in the Diamano. Honorable Joe say on first Kebia Mobia. Mr. Brocheja ko first Kebia Embran so on Fama Obi. Now on first Kebia Susu Maubia. Is it not interesting? And Mama Yargan say Musikano Yadisha envelope. He was even asked to sign his portion. Okuja Trabra say yes, he did say him. Honorable Sumini and Hassan say he did say him. And what kind of money was that? Say if indeed they got money. And then as no established and now questions in Beba say at this day and age, do they still receive allowances?
And don't forget that they have returned the money they received.
Whom did they return? Whom did they return? They have questions to answer.
Maybe they make there's 1 month near the committee meaning so made my within
they can ask
for 3 or 4 months
because further time. It doesn't matter.
And we'll see
they can still ask for more time. Yo, for you better a Sadray 1:33 minutes and upper home Sima Yasembe na make na
Gabi
1:33 p.m. Mami can salame honton. I beg your pardon, forgive me with that seeming confusion. And according to the analysis Eastern time 1:33, I believe in Ghana is around 6:33 p.m. over there, and we are about to wrap up. Now number I'll be to my friend here 508-926-8746 508-926-8746 or Ghana ubet me the 001 at the kind no what dial 508-926-8746 and now 508-459-2673 508-459-2673. More Facebook or so your number no so you can dial it right now. Nani ya obiano you know and share nia odwen nia wadwen chewo send you see who and yema ya bro so and pay even anything that is of interest to you can bring it for us to share. Na nia ka the instant justice in the I course or beba bi omo eche ne se omo so akwa wia sika wo di ba sika about $250 omo ye na kaya de, which I believe say instant justice is not something that should be part of our system nowadays that we call ourselves democratic society and civilized society as well. Now Kofi Adams so no ye campaign coordinator for the National Democratic Congress for 2016 elections no mu ono anso na oda society national organizer omo ekosisa ne ka bi emre bia atwam se omo fu se state vehicles yes CID for investigation you say no, the vehicles indeed belong to Kofi Adam as a person and not the state. Now ebinum say CID for apology, they should render apology to him and all that. I don't know you can want free senior high school Nana Adudankwa Akufo-Addo and the MPP government. They say come this September omo started roll out this particular policy. Obeka omo dey campaign from 2008 say omo enya kwan eba aban mu a ade ba kwa eda omo akoma so omo be ama Ghana fo ama Ghana ni ba bia wadu oni fie so say okọ school bia no dey from kindergarten out to senior high school dey o kon free okọ okuapeman na omo celebrate omo 60th anniversary what they call two bia chirichirim free no nia o kire bini say admissions fee free, examinations fee free, sports fee free, computer lab fee free. Anything that has to do with payment bia school ebesi obi akwanya so ntimi ko school bia no ebe free. Even boarding school kra no sika edi feeding omo feeding na free. Na we be student mpokra mpa ukwa wo lunch bi de ubenya atwa enso free. No na yenso yedi ho abobo ebeto odwa ekwambe no mbefa so mbetimi amasa ade eno enso abaso because free no from the parents no any free from the government. How are they going to fund it? Na yenyantiese na ya wasafma for no na wasa coordinating all the economic ministries in this government. On the senior minister and betuda say heritage fund and ankomo be issue finance minister Eddie Bai said no, they haven't had any discussion of that nature. People were telling and said they having conflicting issues. For Adjumaya Mokasane say indeed government is it ready so mumbe sa policy no and I say it was just a political talk or political gimmick. And so yeah discussion. Bribery allegation and so Rocco Parliament in so and saying some Chairman no ama indication said there will be the need to invite more people to come to testify before the committee because they are bent on unraveling the truth. They are not going to leave any stone unturned so far as the truth of this issue is concerned, because Anyasa is going to dent the image of Ghana Parliament and international, you know, papa your democracy, you know, as na ebema atentia. Now, you this last bit of NDC and Omo Lusu Yeno, how and understandably so, no, as I say how because they never ever thought, say, considering Dubai or Modiaba Ghana, Kwame Nkrumah interchange, Omoya Kaswa interchange, now Sisi hospitals. Now, on the Rich Hospital crowd, Muma, one Nigerian actor, be crowd, Sophia. Yeah, in Camo, that will be a penny movie. Now, or cry about video be no year campaign. Yeah, you know, they suffered in political humiliating defeat. Now, Omontiase, as a result, we have, set up, I think, 30-member committee. It's chaired by Professor Kwasi Botwe. He was the longest serving finance minister in Ghanaian political history. And you know, one wada sa committee. And they've even visited some 3 or so constituencies they are listening to the people, trying to find out the grievances and all that. Is it something that is far-fetched? Or more committee? About the lose only there. Say elections there, yeah. Government, political parties, some will lose, some will win. I mean,
Gabi, me feel say young boy NDC for Abasoha. Let us call a spade a spade. NDC a party 2000 election. 2004 not so much, but 2000 and 2012 16 elections Omelusun. Almost said that and disputed the results of the election so much. So and only a quick to accept defeat. Unlike MPP
but some defeat, so they were well overwhelming.
Well,
there were no questions about that.
You can say that, but I mean, the fact
they were glaring. Everything points to the fact that lose one will lose.
Wow.
Lose
NDC on
2004 they challenged.
The
personalities.
2004 not so much. But 2016 election they ultimately almost to one term and not just on better radio.
So 2008
oh come on!
I mean with the
Emra and Nana Dodanko Akufo-Addo back Kumasi Cultural Center on a thank you tour. What did you say?
You just
say
oh my God! I said they will lose.
I was at the Cultural Center.
NDC for we also gave them the victory.
And go to America. Who say
they didn't win. We lost. That's what they tell me.
Yeah, they lost. But MPP for now so much to
kind of calm your people down.
As an MPP patches, I said, Lusu, but your domino, your pesa basa basi.
That's the way your politics. That's what about for. We have to find a way of putting something out there that's nice.
You are putting the credibility of the EC in this review.
No. If you say we didn't lose, and I say you lose.
Abano clear part.
They didn't win. We lost, and they said they won.
Oh,
they didn't win. What is the difference?
The point is, and this is why they say Oma accepted both on radio and even at the top hierarchy down or more hierarchy in Omaji argument. Also in the year 2008 MPP lose election. Oman said that arm for maybe we say until say Dr. Kennedy Ekotna secure book would be Chasing Elephant into the Bush. And even when the book ne crana at that time now me feel me nyadaji read the book now me feel so and MPP before nyadaji kind book now he made very important suggestions are a course of MPP defeat but
the title of the book also cry
maybe a put you more but now I'll make it very good revelations but thrown off some but NDC on the other hand that's all my accept it and my jatum say you lose yentina se near share the my you lose which is good. Very good, sir. As a party, I mean, Ulusu by this margin, especially at the time I know more tattoo or more say, Uju Kwame Nkrumah free the then President Mahama and a in terms of infrastructure. If you cross home to Dubai, I had the Abagana, meaning say Dubai bridge back open a woho, and I said,
desire more different Dubai and buy.
One
contractors,
one bridge to me the Dubai bar, I don't know. So, and now Omokasa Messi school dying or Messi hospitals now, Mutumi lose by this margin. And I say, oh, sounds and near mana na Ghana for umpe. And I say, yes, 7 years to me anya day. Anthony ye. And I
know Green Book. They published the Green
Book. Ni padu does any read. Yanye free SHS. I must say, mommy anya. Na Ghana for ni padu does any timika.
They had a lot of billboards, a lot of adverts everywhere.
Some of these things,
video.
Gabi, we have reading and we have comprehension. So.
They have a lot of communicators on radio.
Probably almost and I see a communicators on Oman sell achievement a lot. So in cases like this, the best way to go about it, to form a committee. Now we invite you to feel say or BB and also wide dream efa a quiet fast solution or meka na montenase na take stock of reasons in na they pertinent mon solve. So
there may point in say. And this Mulusu, is it something that's far fetched?
It is.
Committee.
Because to them, Gabi, to them.
Really?
Oh, look at the confidence level of NDC. To the extent, sir, Joseph Yamin. It made in a car like they were very confident.
Mobile phone, so
that's it. Mobile phone
was to folly. I mean,
it wasn't funny. The guy meant what he was saying because I said we could have election. But he was so confident to the extent, say, was a foul phone. She said, "Koto iPhone no, never koto Nokia 3310, never beto me pickups." That's how much confident he was. So he was very confident, and by extension,
it could be say one on individual belief, keke. But
if you look at the shock on President Mohammed's face. He said in the
oh really?
Oh come on. Let's lose 20 Ghana for the lose 20 kilos.
Oh really?
Oh shall not use a papa and swat.
Of course, there will be anywhere contest.
I mean, so yeah, but a shocking. So
because he was overconfident.
He was very confident. Hey, on my last rally, Mrasha Tawali by or perform. Look at how Neil and Vanderpool no who be correct as hey Papa when you
and that's a officer they will look morose or they will demonstrate something is done in
no more confidence level no basis see and results not just at Tiaba form kora. And yes, now I was a 3 years and tasse. And tasse na there too. Winty a yes or matter committee. Omontanase now, Omonto near my year now.
And over a bit my boy, mama, like maybe they will.
And sometimes cry
able to range
President Kofo a bath for not say, NRC, National Reconciliation Commission. Also, one of the reasons I know more man say. Ebia intimi compensate. So ebia niema ahre aba intimi mfama. Ebia the emotion, the trauma and niema afem no yentimi compensate. But the fact that ubie wa no kra, o say obi de ade ye onanya avenue kra ko kasa keka. Etimi yi ase. O say o ka oboso asem yi a etimi ma unya ahotoso obi. So and the fact that nipa bi benya platform no matimi aka omobo so asem kra no me feel say e be part of the healing process for the party. So and a good avenue for anyone or feel say oh bibi ka or assumption koko umbra out or meka na I mean
I think that bibi in every human endeavor wo and now you be now and succeed.
It's only stock.
Important for you to take stock, be introspection, do that kind of introspection and retrospection, then see say and find out what we are here so that next time we do one that kind of mistake. I think that is in the right direction. Me don't say number no more investigation on part 13 years say yeah, but probably consider the enormity of the work say the work can shock no maybe those in the helm of affairs never thought say we move to me alusu to that level somebody lusu kra no a also now the political pundits you know if we say be cry second round in the
that is what a lot of people
first one touch sandy at the end of the now one touch so I said tier government to that level no there I agree so it's time for them to look inward and do the necessary investigation and see the way forward. So we say 2020 no be on betimi assign awe nearby. Me feel say on this note we will bring the curtains down on point of order and unfortunately we couldn't get any caller at the moment but you better was so that yeah the Jumadi no better was you be here be next week you be san ehia na Yes, I will be different from.
Next week they will be on time.
Yeah, we'll be on time. Yeah, probably that's the reason why we couldn't get
because Nipa stream.
People are maybe doing some other stuff, another time. No, and the next week the 10 o'clock prompt will be here. We'll be doing justice.
Not GMT, not Ghana time.
Oh, not Ghana time. It's actually the American say it's the real time.
The real.
And then GMT until 10 o'clock tomorrow and next week morning. The same we'll meet and then we'll discuss issues on Point of Order on Rock 103 and 102.3 FM. I beg your pardon. That issues about and that the can be the instant justice that we made to ourselves. Sabri, you're not call back home. I'm not switch my final. Hello. 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 Hello.
What pick?
Hello. Yeah. What you want to say? Rama, work FM soon away, Point of Order, yeah, and then there are my. Bonunko.
Free but school infrastructures boarding house standing bed to tables and then say into say I only say na juma crowd and not to say all fans to form. It is a onyanka ho she krana meaning say there obey a bedroom into free education at the man. Yen so na yen fan chain the come home school trunk soon whenever now come up
But why eventually? Yes, you're right.
free education from the Mokano. My sister, obviously now Okadia bro. And then said in case say, well, we pushing the idea class no cassette, or I'm saying, yeah, but then you serious. I said, no, it's a say, which me and dear bro, and a group of you see, na question. Because say, a junior dear, now you won't, now be quite junior. And now when you said you're queen a junior. Or quite Juma, just say, Danona, Sanifana, he has to leave. Continue let's cry 1 second. The whole queen on there 1 hour time, and I'll share that friend and say, continue Juma when you're emergency. And so now I see my all back 1 hour time, no, do a Juma. Or say, and one can't tell us how to know you are coming to my promise to me, so I have to leave. It's your friend and manager, a catcher, and if that's message, I'll say off. Until yes, we are make on. This minute 1 second crunch. We be a quendia so many than for 1 hour no and she should be. And you only answer so over call it off. I was say 2 hours early.
Yeah.
And I 1 hour pen after say oh management. My manager no subu free.
Yeah.
The manager ne fa kwan bia so na so 1 hour na sin onyanya obi. After he boy now after say on team management. Onu ni on na be adwuma.
Wow.
It's even say now we don't see on media bro. No see I know my friend manager say also on management.
You
no,
can't joke like that.
Media na agro na media. Agro na media manager ne buy no. Obeyi boy na di.
Yeah. You can't joke like that.
Check waka say, who bear juma, who nam kwasa who bear juma. Now we are rough for say, me me juma. Now one can tamami and stop. Now could do many nim na ye from California or man of shit. Enyani na nkofo se hwan na betia bed ma ti say ya go no mu dia baby am kan se no ke baby adu ye kra wa akwanchi omu ye hu busy cry ye ne ho adade ye kra na ye spend the time o hu say na omo mo wo Ghana ankasa eti na ye obi fufu a odi bo na mo di bo ni fufu so bi edwene ho ke say ye go through a lot. It is a chain number cafe ya grow and a moody dia serious. And I say I some time so na say bribe we been so so serious. Because they are not after we air canon. Ya mo emre. Na omuntimi hwehwem na omfa asempa ebeto Ghana for asum emre na ye de eye no.
Sa pepe eno waka no yo yanso ya dase se wonso ofre na wa kire wadwen ene ya dase enti ya be obi foforo so so wala na so a
okay ya mamomo ni adwuma so
ya dase wonso so ya dase se wonso ofre na wonso wa kire wadwen
okay bye
yo nana sadwe sela ya wo mre kakra ebi a opese ofre na wonso kire wadwen a your number no sila 508-926-8746 508-926-8746 and now 508-459-2673 508-459-2673 ebi a free Ghana obede 011 ebedi animu sorry 001 ebedi animu no about 508-926-8746 011. Oh, why am I saying the same thing all the time? 001, I beg your pardon. 001 508 926 8746 001 508 926 8746 and answer 001 508 459 2673. Now also so yentie wadwen a wo fa ensema ya brobro so anopa ni eka instant justice abaya bi a wono so omo etuhye ne so ebro no Kumasi Kageti abonten so ewrowro no ye na kayaka de the reason being that say wakwakọ wie sika na yebusa say enamremu saade no yeda so eti saade mu abiem an uncivilized behavior enipa ebetima so and now a free and civilized community and we are practicing democracy with the rule of law. Now yes hwehwe Kofi Adams National Democratic Congress omo national organizer ono ne cars bi ananse betodwa say yes one MPP guy be a friend abronye DCD a military officers ko CZ actually CID for taking over the investigation say abetodwa say those cars no enye state dia omo de na dia ama no na ebinum soje say then they have to apologize to Kofi Adams for that kind of public ridicule and the humiliation that he went through. Free senior high school policy, the seemingly conflicting sources of funding nana ya osafuma for senior minister and Saudi betu just heritage fund and nana omayo ma say omode ebe funded that kind of free senior high school education nana adudan kwa kan okuapoman secondary school abra na omudi omo 60th anniversary na September ya no mo start no Minister of Finance so the betu just said that be omo enter heritage fund. And the questions are ebinum ebusan say is this government ready to roll out the policy come September? Na yen so yeah di nwa bobo ubetimi de wadwen aba na bribery allegations so Aroko Parliament akoye necessary said the speaker no set up ad hoc special committee chaired by Mr. Honorable Joseph Gatti na the akodro no say okuja to abra koye bo ni din say ono ena first deputy speaker can say no sa asem no de betu dwa say ya go there no odie purposes of political equalization na wono say dabi omoma ne kwa no nso meka ne onim o parliament no committee no anim no nso so omaji atuma Monday hopefully umba friend no nso so na onim no de abetudwa na koba se wono nso so ede no de be kwakoye no bia ebehia other invitees and other witnesses and also the oye di hunso abobo na yehwe NDC so enkugu omudi elections 2016 na omuso omu yanhwehwemu omahase omu at 30 member committee omu investigate why they suffered such a humiliating defeat and omahye omuso hwehwemu ase na eno nsem a yedi ho abobo Rock FM ha yato dwumadie no din se point of order me I frame Gabi Kwaku from Pombo Atimi try behind the consoles me monitor me moderate show me me indefatigable discussant Nana Asabre justice to all these issues and Sabre will bring just end to the whole discussion about 2 o'clock no me no and abo we Wister Crodium ha ana yene Eastern Shores of the United States ha na Sabre me yesho sa bononson ewo Ghana enti obi bia utie bia hwe Facebook utie phone so ene other sources bia no so no ye da wasese o join ye na ye promise say next week will be on time which is exactly 10 a.m. Eastern time ebekwa akoye 3 p.m. in Ghana na nia issues ebeba in the week no so no ye de aba na ye so ye de hu abobo ni atepo sebaya menu mienu ye man Ghana ebetimi afa ne ntuma pabe efra eno nti ena menu mienu nyina no de dani dan nyina no ye dwendwen ye man Ghana ho enti so wantimi nka bi ma eye Gabi Frimpong Boaten na chese me na medi dwumadie ho chiame makramo ano no enti nana
one person be or Johnny Elite Solomon Jr. on so be share a video no me amechiri baro no
oh really
amechiri papa na on so share video no Ghana or hair life nti ya da obi bia otie so Ghana so wa ha
nana kama ma point dey so manya call ba ko ma mehwe no na mehwe dey on so tie hello
yeah
hi
hello
you on air
yeah. Oh, sorry. I think I've dialed the wrong number.
Oh, then you're sorry. That it's a wrong number. I'm sorry for that. Nana, now, because now so we have dedications, right?
Yeah, Solomon Jr. said an American. Me, I'm a tribal. No, so say I'm watching you live. And here there will be bias. There will be our here on Facebook. Na say YouTube. Mo here on YouTube. Mo here on Rock FM page. Mo here. Bed page be am heavy Adama. So next week there, like we promised today, we'll be on the radio. Now I make sure say BBR until then, I say my on mine no any day here. I Ghana my yeah dear.
Yo nana da say na wanu ham ene wafutu kese a wonso wo de ama enye ne atiefo nyina atiefo aha na ye de dwumadie no ebesie selem di kan no next week na wotwe a ebeba no memenda saa no 10 o'clock ye besa hia na ya ba be di abobo ne atepo ensem a ebe etwa gu week sebe ya man Ghana enso so ye betimi a move forward.